Hello, I'm Ben Bamboozle and I'm here with Mr. Punch. Well, this is actually a newly acquired Mr. Punch. I got him a couple of weeks ago and basically thought that I'd make a little video telling you all about him, so here he is. As always, if you like my videos, please make sure to give them a like, firstly, and also make sure to subscribe as well, because I'm trying to build my subscribers up on my channel, so please do give me a subscribe. And if you have any questions, pop them down in the comments. But let's have a little closer look at my new, well, I say new, he's very old actually, new to me, Mr. Punch. So I've got him laid out on the table for you. As you can see, he's absolutely fantastic. Of course he is hand carved. Now the maker of this puppet is, we believe, to be Fred Tickner. Who, for those who don't know who Fred Tickner is, you may have heard of Muffin the Mule, and he was famous for making the Muffin the Mule puppet, but he was also a Punch and Judy performer and a very famous maker of puppets, Punch and Judy puppets. Well, all sorts of puppets actually, but predominantly Punch and Judy. And his puppets are some of the most sought after. So if this is actually made by Fred Tickner, it is a very desirable Mr. Punch indeed. The things that that seem to strongly indicate that it's made by Fred Tickner is Mr. Punch's eyes with these distinctive lines that are painted around them, and also the fabric with this stripes on. I've seen some of his other puppets that are made with that as well, and just the general look and quality of it. It's certainly a very well made Mr. Punch. Unfortunately, I don't know how old it is. He didn't sign or date the puppets, so I've got no way of knowing its age. I'll just give you a closer look at it there. Again, hand carved wooden legs. They're not actually workable legs, so the legs are just sewn on, so you can't actually work the legs, unfortunately. On most of my other Mr. Punches, you can actually, it's actually got 2 holes in the legs where you can put your fingers in and wiggle the legs, but these are just sewn on, but very nicely made. Mr. Punch, yeah, put your legs in the air. That's the end of the sleeve there. It's double lined. And I'll just show you what the inside of the neck looks like as well. As you can see, it's made from a square block of wood. A lot of them are turned, so when you look in the neck, it's actually a round neck, but this one is square. I was able to get hold of a picture of another Fred Tickner Punch looking directly in from the glove from this view, and it's exactly the same, even with the stitching, with the material with the 2 colours here and the square here, so that strongly indicates that it is made by Fred Tickner. As you can see, this Punch has done a lot of shows over the years, so let me give you a bit of the history of him as well, or what I know of his history, or what little I know of his history, I should say. There's a bit of a story of how I actually acquired this Mr. Punch. He was owned by a friend of mine, Magic Martin, who sadly is no longer with us. He lived just round the corner from me with his partner Nikki. He didn't actually do Punch and Judy shows, but he always told me that he always wanted to do them. But, he'd never got round to it. But he also told me that he had a couple of Punch puppets. Now, usually when people tell me that they've got puppets, I generally sort of dismiss it, because 9 times out of 10 they're usually pretty naff. They're normally toy ones, or they're a load of rubbish. I do remember him talking about it. I think he said he thought that it was made by Wall Kent. Well, this isn't a Wall Kent Mr. Punch. Anyway, I didn't think much of it, and he never showed it to me when he was alive. But fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I was round at seeing his partner Nikki, helping her do doing a little job on the computer, helping her sort out some music for her show, and she had the Mr. Punch out, and another Mr. Punch that Martin made, which I'll show you in a second actually, and she was going to part ways with it. Well, when I saw it, obviously I knew that it was a Punch of quality. I didn't know who the maker was straight away, but I sent some pictures to some friends, and they came back and they think that it's definitely made by Fred Tickner. So I made Nikki an offer, and she very kindly agreed to sell it to me. So it's quite nice that I've now ended up with Magic Martin's Mr. Punch. And my plan is to use him in a show. I'm not going to use him on a regular basis because he's a bit too nice for that. But I think I'll take him to the Mayfair at Covent Garden this year and do a show with him, sort of in memory of Martin, because Martin never got to do a show with him. So I thought it'd be nice if he actually does do a show, wouldn't it, Mr. Punch? Yes. So here's the other Mr. Punch that Martin made himself, apparently, or Nicky thinks that he made it himself. Nice sewing job on the costume. He's got his hump on his back, like they all do. Here's the hump on this one. Just a little tiny one, actually. So you can see the size difference as well. What I do, I get my Mr. Punch that I use all the time and show you the size comparison between the two. Here they are, side by side. The one on the left here is my one that I use on a regular basis. This one was based on an old Victorian Mr. Punch and was made for me by Chris in Australia. And Chris has been a big help in finding out about the history of this new Mr. Punch. And Chris was asking about the size compared to his. Well, as you can see, they're pretty much identical in size, almost identical. This Mr. Punch is about 27 inches from head to toe, and Chris's ones obviously have a nice long sleeve, so you don't see your elbow when you're performing. This one's got a much shorter sleeve on him, but yeah, still very big. Like I say, 27 inches long. Head's reasonably heavy as well. I'd say, I don't know actually. Yeah, this one's definitely a bit heavier than this one, and this one is reasonably heavy because of the size of his nose, and it's got an extra large nose. The story was, back in the day, they used to give them really big noses because they had a real live dog called Toby, obviously Toby the dog, and they teach him to bite Mr. Punch on the nose, so they made his nose even bigger to give him something to bite hold of. Here's the nose on this one. But lovely paintwork on this one. A slight chip there and a bit worn and everything, but so much character to him. He really is fantastic. One other little thing that Nicky gave to me as well that Martin owned was this little Punch and Judy booth ornament to remember Martin by. And also, whilst I was sorting out trying to find some pictures of Martin to put on this video, I found a little video that he made a few years ago with Bob the town crier, who some of you may have seen. I've done videos with Bob before. In fact, I've got him as a puppet in my show. I'll put the clip on the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please, as I said earlier, give me a subscribe if you liked it. If you've got any questions at all, put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. If you know any history of my Mr. Punch as well, if you know any details about him, let me know. I think he's had some work done to him. I'm not sure if the hands are original, because they only go to there, but they do look old. And also the ruff around his neck looks pretty modern compared to the rest of him. But yeah, I'd love to know who actually performed with him originally. That would be fantastic to know his age. So yeah, if you know anything about him, please do leave a comment. And I will see you soon with some more videos. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.
Stop, that's very loud. You do a bit quieter. A bit quieter.
How's that those who can't hear me? Can you not hear me? Should I go louder? No. I want you all to give a massive, worthy welcome to the fantastic Magic Martin Tricky Nicky!
Wow!
God save the Queen!
Yeah, that's Bob. That was amazing. That was very good. But you're frightening the small children.
Am I frightening you?
Look, I'll need you. Can I have your bell?
Of course.
A minute. Let me take your bell. All right, we'll try that. Can you do it a bit quieter? Hang on a minute. Here we go. Okay. Here we go.
I don't like the sound.
All right. Can I have the wand for Bob, please? Can I have the wand for Bob? That's it. The wand. You got the wand. That's it. Okay.
I don't like the
Okay. Right. Here's the wand, Bob. Okay. I'm going to count the three. That's sound cry. Bob's going to wave the wand. We're all going to shout abracadabra. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra!
Oh, come on, boys. You've got to do it as loud as Bob. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra!
That was fabulous. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. You can have your bell back. There we go. Try it again, Bob. Try it again.
It's not fair.
Oh. Quietly.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! Please give a massive worthy welcome for the fantastic Magic Martin.
That was better.
Nicky.
Fantastic. That was better, Bob. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yep. Goodbye. Thank you. That's much better, isn't it, boys and girls? Yeah.